That's not true. That's not true. Of course they're going to say that. That's what they're trying to say.
That is the wife of a man shot and killed by an officer. She asked for help, refuting what Metro Police say led up to the shooting. Now, a week later, concern is growing over what actually happened.
And today, faith leaders from across the city will be joining together. And as our Chris Kirshner reports live this morning, they want answers and the transparency police have promised. Chris?
Yeah, good morning, Naomi. I'm at the Olivet Missionary Baptist Church on High School Road, and this is where a press conference will take place by those faith leaders later this morning to talk about some of those concerns. One of them joining me now, the Reverend Charles Harrison. Thank you so much, first of all, for being here this morning. Let's talk about this latest shooting. All right, this happened nearly a week ago at this gas station. A woman calls for help. There's a police officer there. A fight seems to ensue, and then a shooting, and the man dies. What is your biggest concern about this particular case?
Well, there's a concern about a lot of unanswered questions at this point, and about transparency. In the last major police action shooting we had, the process seemed to be a little different as far as transparency was concerned. We commend Chief Riggs because I think he has been transparent in telling the public very quickly that an unarmed man was shot. But in light of the national climate right now, with the whole issue of unarmed black men being shot by police, we want to make sure this process is transparent so that it doesn't lead to a Ferguson, a Baltimore, and Indianapolis.
Mayor Hogsett was on our air just a few moments ago reinforcing his commitment to be transparent in this case, and in all cases, actually. Have you reached out to the mayor, to the police chief, with this case, or have they contacted you? Has there been any discussion about this?
There has been a discussion on Friday. There was a discussion with Chief Riggs and Deputy Mayor Hampton about this issue, and we talked about some of our concerns and how we move forward so that there seems to be transparency, and we also want to protect the rights of the police officers who may be involved in these kind of police action shootings. So it's a delicate balance, but together I think we can work this thing out so that there's transparency and there's trust.
And real quickly, transparency, we're talking there's surveillance video. It hasn't been released. Part of the investigation, they say, that's something you would at least like the family to see. Is that correct? We would like the family to be able to see that, and certain leaders in the community, so that we can make sure we can calm things down in the community. And there are people who are suspicious, and we want to be able to say to the community there is transparency and there's nothing going on here. Okay, Reverend Charles Harrison, thank you so much again for being here this morning. That press conference will take place at 11:45. We'll certainly be there to cover it. Another issue they'll be talking about is body cameras. Our police officers don't wear them. Should they be wearing them? That's what they'll talk about as well. Julia?
All right, Chris Kirshner live for us this morning. Chris, thank you. And